With Thanksgiving and Christmas just right around the corner, the holidays can be a stressful time, and we need to remember to take care of our health, especially our heart health during this season. And this morning we want to welcome Dr. Shoba to offer some advice on holiday heart health. Very important topic here. I think that a lot of folks, do you see more patients during this time of the year? Do you see like an increase during this time of the year?
Yes, that is true. And when we talk about the holidays, we're not just talking day of Thanksgiving,
right.
Day of Christmas.
Leading
we're
up.
Leading up,
Yeah.
and it's a month and a half that people are already into that mode. The food habits change.
Oh yeah.
Travel habits change. We talked about that. Drink habits, become a little bit escalated.
Right.
So you have to be very careful because it's not a one-day thing anymore.
Right.
It's a whole month and a half that we are putting our body through a lot, and minds
right.
through a lot of stress.
Well, let's break it down just a little bit. Let's talk about, I mentioned it right off the top, the stress. I mean, stress kills. I mean, if you deal with stress for too long, it can really wear out, especially your heart.
That is correct. Not just the heart, but our minds
yes.
also. And it's not just stress plus depression. And these things are very, very prominent during the holidays. And stress can cause heart attacks. Stress can cause strokes. And the stress can make the blood pressure go up. Stress, anger,
right.
very bad. And around the holidays, think about simple things like travel. You can get aggravated during
yes.
travel. We talked about how safe it is to drive safely when we
right.
go from one place to the other. The stresses of having a large family getting together. And for the past 2 years, we've had some limitations in
right.
our get-togethers, and this year it might be a bigger get-together. So, a lot of stress involved, and stress can kill you.
Just maybe you need to take a step back.
Right.
Rethink some of the things that you got going on in your life, and just
yes.
maybe take a deep breath and try to calm down a little
right.
bit. Yeah.
And be sure you get enough sleep.
Exactly.
Don't stay up too late, get enough sleep. And drink in moderation,
Right.
Can you limit yourself to 1 glass of wine or 2 glasses of wine? One beer, 12 ounces, small, and if it's a hard liquor, just,
right.
1.5 ounces. Can you limit yourself? When you have bad foods around you, well, they taste good, but they are bad for you.
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation. You're going for second helpings.
Yes.
Can you prevent that during the holidays? Keep hydrated.
Right.
People forget to drink enough water. They're getting into more caffeine-related drinks and alcohol, but drink enough water.
Right.
Make sure half your plate is full of vegetables so that you don't have room for the bad stuff
right.
every day. And so simple things like that. Watch
yes.
for depression
yes.
in your family members.
Right.
So important to take care of each other. Lend a helping hand.
Right.
Don't fill your mind with garbage around the holidays. Think positive.
Right.
Think fun. Think helping others.
I think sometimes we need to go back to our childhood.
Yes.
And think about the fun things that we did at the holidays,
right.
and try to repeat those now, and maybe cut down on some stress, cut down on the depression. I mean, it's not an easy task, but it's something
Correct.
we all need to try to do.
Right. And of course, try to exercise if you can. Burn
yeah.
out what you're eating.
Right.
And don't forget your
get
medicine.
Up, take a walk.
Yeah, and don't forget your medicines, because
yes.
people will not take their fluid pill,
right.
go binge out on salty foods, and
Oh.
guess what? They'll end up in heart failure in the
Right.
emergency room. So don't do that.
So if you got those medications, remember to take them all the time.
Yes.
All right. Dr. Shoba, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey folks, go to heart.org if you want more information.